I'm officially wrapped on all senior thesis films for 2024. Feels nice, and I'm gonna take a nice long nap. It's over. After filming ended in the first semester, Leave Me in Neverland still had a couple reshoots to do. How many films I worked for? I forgot what it was. It was like 200 something. I got this opportunity because when you look through it and see like how quickly I was able to like rise from being a PA to like being in a leadership position, it's so crazy to see that transformation.
Roughly like.
So that's where it's like.
Last time with the crew, everyone just kind of like flowed together so nicely. I got to do a little bit G&E work, but mainly I was what's called second AC. So I was in charge of the slate, and I even took scripty notes, which was nice. I'm so glad that God provided me these opportunities, but also provided me opportunities of rest. And I'm excited to do even more next year. Yeah, I'm talking even more. Yeah, these are my plans. At the end of the school year, the seniors have this thing called the showcase. And this is to show off all the hard films they've been working at. Friends, family come. And it's pretty much like a film festival because it has awards and all sorts of fun stuff. And every night I had a film to show up and support. And it was just a great experience, just getting, because everybody is there.
I'm not going to ask questions. Okay. Let's go with the titles first.
And so a lot of so a lot of the characters, like the jokes, they're pulled from, you know, real people that I interacted with and different funny stories that happened at the restaurant. And the whole like arc of the main character getting injured, that was actually something that happened to me over the summer, was I broke my hand at Chick-fil-A. So
an hour. So in an hour we will start.
Audience that changed, so we didn't meet the photographer until later.
No, that's actually how it started. But I did have some thoughts in a later version of the script to show him doing some medial kind of freelance photography work to show his date time.
Yeah, so
It's just been kind of cool because everyone's gathered in at one place at once. So I've got a lot of opportunities to talk to people and meet people I haven't met yet.
I don't want to take a vacation at Super Tech, that's for sure. Yeah, man, goodness. Incredible use of VFX. What was the process like?
It's one of my passions is martial arts, and I was like, well, how can I do that in film? Well, there's stunts. And we rehearsed that for Genesis for who knows how long. I mean, DJ and I, the guy that plays Kel in my film, that summer before, we spent weekends coming up with the choreography just for that first fight, which I think right now is, what, 30 seconds? That whole fight put all together is about 2 minutes long. There's a lot in it. But I knew I was going to have to cut it down anyways, because watching people fight gets boring. Not to me, though. I like the extended edition. Yeah, that's kind of the background where the whole martial arts comes from, and I might get back into it when I graduate. But that's kind of where it started. It was just, I'd done it for so long, I wanted to make it look real, kind of feel real. Even though there was kind of some lightsaber movements in there, so it's not quite real, but you get the idea.
Then the only thing else was like, can you do kind of like a pirates thing for when they sword fight? And then she came up with that where it's like the Celtic sounding, so it was marvelous. She did fantastic.
So what did you hope to accomplish with your message?
Well, I mean, the main thing is that to look at it with hope at the end, because there's so much in it where it's like, there is like violence in it as well, but the end result is meant to be like, hey, there's ways to help. There are people who want to help you, like even complete strangers want to help. And that was kind of like the thing with the medical billing and seeing the different actors there, and like they all cared about her, and just really wanted to show that if you reach out, there'll be more people than you know who will come back and help you out if you can.
Okay, so right now I'm walking back home after day 2 of the showcase. Tomorrow is the last day, and after that is the award ceremony. Do you see the lines, Rada? The lines. I'm kidding. I don't see any lines. I'm not a DP.
Hurdle. Well, I had a very small but mighty crew, and shout out to everybody on the crew. But it was so amazing, and everyone worked so hard. I mean, I can hardly like say that's a hurdle, just because everyone worked so hard on it. Yeah, I had a great experience.
Some of the films I've worked on, and it's so weird because like I was there for some things and I wasn't there for other things, and then to see what just maybe they took out or see what they put in. It reminds me of Jurassic Park.
And I chose more fun because I love horror and not very many people do horror, so I was like, sure, why not? Let's see what we can do. And I remember sitting in the vault during one of our orientation meetings. I don't know what it was about because I wasn't listening. I had my sketchbook out. Never mind, I didn't say that. I had my sketchbook out and I was drawing eyes and I was drawing books, and I was like, let's do something. It's heavily inspired by a podcast I really like, and I just kind of went, let's do a horror and let's see how it goes. So that's where that came from.
Okay.
Be okay. Like, there's gonna be a hot second where you're gonna hate it, and that's probably the in-between lock cut and in-between sound mix stage where it's like, wow, this looks fine, this sounds bad, but it really doesn't come together until all the pieces start to put together, and then you also don't end up liking it till you hear that other people like it, and then you're like, oh, maybe it's okay. So I didn't think it was scary until the first, like when we did voting, and I had like 8 people come up to me and they were like, Hannah, what have you done? And I was like, oh, okay, I guess I did something good. So it'll be okay, just trust the process. It's not done till it's done. You'll like it eventually, and if anything, you learned so much, and you'll learn to be proud of the work you did, so.
Whoa.
I did not expect this at all. Thank you so much to Christina and AJ Calandrino for suggesting me to Josiah Baker. Thank you so much.
I've never considered myself a screenwriter. I actually don't like the way I write scripts. I just wanted an excuse to make an action film. Because I feel like all I write is one-liners, essentially. But I love the story I have as a passion project for me. I want to give a big shout out to my family, my mom, my dad, and my grandparents. For supporting me through this.
I had a great thesis season. I'm really proud of all of it, and I'm really happy that I got to work with all these amazing directors and these amazing people who love what they're doing and want to honor God in what they're doing. So, yeah, 10 out of 10 thesis season.